Breaking news. I am here bringing you today, ladies and gentlemen, the final chapter of Itachi's story, Daylight. Now, where we left off with chapter 2, Itachi just got word. Well, let me kick it a little further back. Itachi's first team member, Tenma, was murdered right in front of him. His second team member, Shinko, after experiencing Tenma's death, realized that being a shinobi wasn't for her, and she quit. Right? She quit being a ninja. So he got two new members, Yoji Aburame, Himuka Suzukaze. Both of them are trash just as much as the first two. Because of this, it has now been almost 3 years, and Itachi has not taken the Chunin exams. Danzo goes to the third Hokage with his father Fugaku and advocates that Itachi be allowed to take the Chunin exams by himself. We are now here in chapter 3, ladies and gentlemen, and this is basically Itachi versus the world. He is, 9 years old at this point, and he's about to solo the Chunin exams. Now, the stages of the Chunin exams are the same ones that Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura had to take back in the original series of Naruto. The first test is the written portion of the exam, and Itachi is forced to demonstrate his information gathering skills while answering the most impossible questions that can be imagined. The test questions are purposely hard to force the genin to cheat, right? But remember, there was that stipulation: if you get caught, 3 times by the proctors, then you and your team are eliminated, just like that. However, this is Itachi we're talking about. So, Itachi finishes the test without having to cheat at all, and he uses the remaining time that he has to observe the other genin and to see what their abilities are and how they operate under pressure of the exam. Now, he does this because he wants to be able to get the upper hand on these opponents in case he has to fight them at the later stages within the rest of the Chunin exams. So, simple test, right? You know, the written portion of the exam was never meant to be an extremely hard portion of the exam. It was rather easy, actually. You would think that that's all there is, but this is the really fucked up part about this written portion of the exam. And it's something that we didn't see Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura and the other Konoha 11 have to do in their written portion of the exam. The effed up part about it that would piss me off if I was taking it is that if you remember back in Naruto, they got the results of their test right after they took it, right? You knew right then and there if you passed or not. What's fucked up about this is that Itachi and everybody taking the Chunin exams with him, they never found out if they passed before having to move on to the next stage. To clarify this and to put this into more perspective, after the written portion of the test is the Forest of Death. If you pass the Forest of Death portion of the exam and succeed, there's still a possibility that you could have failed if you did not pass the written portion of the exam that you took right before that. But there's also a possibility that you could die during the second portion of the Chunin exams because that's the part of the Chunin exams where you're allowed to fight and kill the other participants. And if that's not the case, there are some crazy big ass animals that could kill you as well. So let's just say you took the written portion of the exam, you made it through the Forest of Death, and now you're getting ready for the third part of the exam, but you can't participate, and you're like, why? And they'll be like, because you failed the written portion of the exam. So why'd you let me take the Forest of Death? Well, those are just the rules. Like, that's the fucked up part about it, right? That's crazy, in my opinion. But let's get back to this review. I don't feel like waiting, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all right now. Itachi did pass the written portion of the exam, and he has the second highest score in written history, only beaten by Minato Namikaze or the fourth Hokage. Now, for the second part of the Chunin exams, this is the Forest of Death portion, and the same rules apply that we saw in the original series of Naruto. The teams have 5 days to reach the center of the forest, and they have to have both the Heaven and Earth scroll in their possessions in order for, you to succeed in this portion of the exam. Itachi, being the smartest that he is, he walks around with his scroll out in the open in order to bait other teams to attack him. Why would he do this, you ask? It's simple, really. If the teams attack him, then they know instantly what scroll he has and that they need it. Meaning, if they attack him, he then knows what scrolls they have. So a group of Hidden Cloud and Genin take the bait and they get absolutely destroyed by Itachi. And Itachi completes the second portion of the tuning exams in a record time in 5 hours and 37 minutes. He didn't even make it. It didn't even take him half a day. Side note, this time was beaten in the original Naruto series by Gaara of the Sand Village when,
NANI?
we saw him in the first half of Naruto. It's very interesting. I think Gaara did it in, 3 hours or 2 hours? He did it insanely fast, right? So the final portion of the exam is the combat portion, and this is kind of the creepy part of the book when we're talking about Itachi. So his first fight was supposed to be against a leaf Genin, right? But he withdraws as soon as he sees that he has to fight Itachi. Like, he wants no part in fighting Itachi at all, so he just withdraws. That's it for him. His next opponent is a Stone Village ninja who has the ability to fight while he's asleep, meaning he is the worst opponent for Itachi because he cannot use his Sharingan while this man is asleep. His eyes are not open. He's not actually conscious. What's funny about this is that his opponent, Nemu, the Stone Genin, can't actually fight while he's awake. He's only nice with the hands while he's asleep, so he continuously uses this subconscious jutsu over and over again. And what's crazy to note is that Itachi is actually struggling in hand-to-hand combat with Nemu, like, while he's asleep. Like, he's not able to beat this man with his Genjutsu, with any jutsu or taijutsu, because he's going hand-to-hand with Itachi Uchiha. So, like, after several minutes, Itachi, he's pissed off, and Nemu, when the jutsu wears off and he wakes up, he briefly wakes up to see if the fight is over and if it's still going on. Itachi quickly uses his Sharingan and catches him in a Genjutsu and constantly shows him over and over again his gruesome death repeatedly until Nemu is too afraid to fall back asleep and he just forfeits right then and there. Now, Nemu's screams basically frightened all of the audience to a very similar degree because this man is yelling, I can only imagine, because he's constantly having to live his death over and over, leaving only Danzo there to applaud for Itachi's victory. Now, that's the first fight. There's 2 fights that you have to go through for the tuning exams, but just as they were about to schedule him for his fight, the officials determined that based on his performance up until this point, he was more than qualified to be promoted to the rank of Chunin. So Itachi's now a Chunin. Fast forward, he's been a Chunin for 5 months. Fugaku submits Itachi's name to be considered for an Anbu shinobi, right? When his name is submitted to the 3rd Hokage, the only problem the Hokage had, and I didn't know this, there's an age limit to become an Anbu, right? I just told you Itachi's 11. The age limit to be an Anbu ninja is 13. That's when Kakashi became an Anbu ninja, at the age of 13. Itachi did it when he was 11. But the 3rd Hokage had to falsify documents saying that he was age 13. Hiruzen is just cementing himself as an ain't shit Hokage in my book. He already was, but like he's just digging himself deeper into a hole for me. So, before he does this, Hiruzen consults with Danzo regarding the matter, and he proposes that Itachi go on a mission to make sure that he is ready for what is going to be asked of him as an Anbu ninja, which is a very smart idea on Danzo's part. So Itachi is given an assassination mission to deal with one of the Leaf's ninja by the name of Mukai Kohinata, who has been selling secrets to the Hidden Mist Village, right? Because of this, and because of this being Itachi's first mission, Danzo allows Itachi to have one person assist him with the mission, and of course Itachi picks Shisui to help him. Now, this is where we're getting spicy. We start cooking with grease now. Shit's about to pop. This so interesting part of who they have to assassinate is the fact that it is Itachi Uchiha and Shisui Uchiha, and they have to assassinate a Hyuga, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the most asked for fight of Kishimoto when he was writing Naruto was a fight between a Hyuga and an Uchiha. Even in the Naruto series, Sasuke was considered the Genin of the year. The year before that, it was Neji who was the Genin of the year. 2 visual dojutsus in the same village. Never once have they ever had a fight with one another. That would be beef already. Oh, so you think because you and Uchiha, your eyes are better than mine? What's up? I'm right here. I'm right here. Come on. Look. Space and opportunity. Space and opportunity. Come on. I'm ready when you are. Genjutsu? Nigga, what? When has Genjutsu ever worked on a... But, boy, 64 palm you in your throat. Shut up. Keep going. Back to your corner. A little rant, but I'm back. So yes, they have to assassinate a Hyuga, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have no idea why Mukai Kohinata's last name is not Hyuga, but that's a question you got to ask Kishimoto because I didn't write the damn book. But it states very clearly that he is a member of the Hyuga clan and is a master of the gentle fist style of combat. Those are quotes. Flash forward, and Danzo arranges for the member of Mukai's team, like one of his personal team, because you know he's a Jonin, so you know they run in 3-man cells. Danzo arranges, however he does, for one of the members to be injured, which allows for Itachi to be placed on Mukai's team for this mission as they go to observe a negotiation between the Hidden Mist Village and the Hidden Sand Village. While they're observing this negotiation, Mukai and Itachi are discovered and they're surrounded by 20 enemy shinobi. Itachi's like, shit, like I actually have to fight these 20 shinobi in order for, you know, us to make it out alive. It'd be cool if Mukai died, but Itachi still has to live. You see what I'm saying? Mukai fights all 20 of them by himself. Come on now. These are Jonings. Mukai fights all 20 Jonings, low diff, by himself. Bruh. Like, good luck, Itachi and Shisui. Fast forward. We're in the home stretch. Itachi returns back from his mission, and he's sitting with the other Uchiha in their nightly meetings, where Fugaku announces that since Itachi has now been accepted as an Anbu, they can now proceed with the plan, and then he announces for the first time to everybody in the room that the plan is to perform a coup d'etat in the Leaf Village, and overthrow the Hokage and the Hidden Leaf Village, and all of this begins with Itachi at the age of 11. Now, that's the end of the book. We're done. That's it. My thoughts? Even if Itachi didn't massacre the entire Uchiha clan, this coup wouldn't have worked. I'm sorry, like, not all of the Uchiha were shinobi. Not all of the Uchiha in the clan had the Sharingan. A lot were women, children, just normal, everyday workers, right? Maybe 50, 100. Even if it's 100 Uchiha that are ready to fight, you're going up against an entire village, an entire military force. Like the Hokage, Danzo, the Anbu, the regular Jonin, Asuma, Might Guy, Kakashi, Kurenai. Who else? Who am I missing? Lord. Yamato, the Nara clan, the Aburame clan, Akamichi clan. You know what I'm saying? You're going up against all of these people. You're not getting through all of them. Like, you're not. Even if you kill them, you're going to run out of chakra eventually. Like, it's not going to succeed. I personally never looked at the Uchiha coup as something that was going to succeed. I'd love to know that plan. But look, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all for rocking me to the end of this book. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, comment, share, rate, all that fancy stuff. And like always, keep it safe for appetite. I'm out.